There it is. Hello, my happy quilters. Welcome to the School of Sewing. We're kicking off the School of Sewing with 10 quilt shops from around the United States, right here at Pine Needles Quilt and Sew in Rochester, Minnesota. So I'm going to just talk a little bit about this shop hop. This is a group of friends of mine, and we have just kind of have a private Facebook page, and we talk about quilt shop things and new things and all sorts of things. And if you were on the Lucky Charm shop hop in the spring, that's the same group of ladies. So here we are with the School of Sewing, and we have some tips and tricks. Each store has its own, and tonight ours is going to be on half square triangles and hourglass blocks, and I'm going to show you a fun and easy way to do them, and you won't have to trim when you're done too. So here you're going to be collecting some secret words. So tonight you're going to collect a secret word, and from each other shop for 10 nights. So this is Monday through Friday, 6 o'clock Central Daylight Time. Whatever time adjustment is for your calendar, you'll have to check it out wherever you're watching from. But 5 nights a week, and then again next week. So 10 shops, 5 nights a week. You have the weekend off. But each shop is going to be giving away a $50 gift certificate, and we will be giving that away at the end of our presentation today. You have to be online with us in order to win. And then one lucky quilter is going to get $500 worth of gift certificates, one each. Yes!
$500?
And I forgot to introduce. This is Joy.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but wow, $500.
I know, $500.
I knew that, but that's exciting.
$50 from each of the 10 stores. So that's pretty exciting too. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about our store. We do not have comments sold, so you do not need to type in register. We have our own shopping page, and I am going to bring it up here.
And what's lovely is you can watch this in a relaxed manner, and as Marcia brings up the link to our pnqs.net website, I'll let you go ahead and continue.
Absolutely. So if you look on your screen right now, it says www.pnqs.net at the top, and then underneath, after you click onto that, you're going to hit shopping, and then you will just hit the School of Sewing. That picture right there is going to take you to everything that we are featuring tonight on this show. So you don't need to necessarily shop tonight. We'll have them in probably for several days. You know, some things
supplies are limited, so
some of the things are limited. Some of the things we got a pretty good back stock on. But that's how you will shop here for our store. I know a lot of the stores do have comments sold, so you're just going to have to pay attention. But this is an easy, leisurely way for you to shop. You can enjoy the show, and then you can go back over to the website and check out any of the things that you might want to purchase. All right, so I am going to take that down. And we always like to joke around here a little bit.
We do, don't we,
and we're talking a little bit about fall things right now. And pumpkins. Pumpkins are on everybody's mind right now. Absolutely love the fall. I love pumpkin flavored everything.
Yes, I think pumpkin muffins are coming out of my kitchen
Pumpkin
soon.
flavored coffee lattes and pumpkin bars, pumpkin pie, pumpkin crunch, pumpkin everything.
Exactly.
With the cream cheese frosting, I love too.
Oh, of course you had to have
Absolutely.
that. Right.
So anyways, Joy,
Yes, Marcia.
how do you fix a broken pumpkin?
How do you fix a broken pumpkin, Marcia?
With a pumpkin patch.
Oh, no.
You heard it here first.
So if you are a big fan of laughing, you should join Marcia and I every Wednesday for our Wednesday live production on Facebook at 1 o'clock, which is actually...
Tomorrow.
Oh, wait, no, tomorrow's Tuesday, Marcia.
Oh, yeah.
2 days.
2 days.
But we always open up with a joke. So thanks
Absolutely.
for
So we
for
couldn't
being a part of
let
our
that
silliness.
tradition pass you by. So anyways, let's get on to we've got a lot of people online now. So let's get into our demonstration about half square triangles and quarter square triangles.
And there's such an easier way to do these, and this is what Marcia's going to show you.
There is.
What can I hold for you, Marcia?
Actually, you can't. I'm going to show them the
Okay.
rulers that we're featuring.
Okay.
And I'm going to go to the close-up camera. Hello.
Whoops.
And I'm going to put this here so you can see the rulers. These are the creative grids. Quarter square ruler and then also the half square ruler. So let's talk about this one first. So you see in this one, all the lines are across. And absolutely love the Creative Grids rulers. Joy is going to tell you a little bit more about them a little bit later because she's got the covers for them and what this little QRI code here,
Right.
what they can get. And then the other one is this way. So you see, if you put the two of these together, they make a wonderful flying goose, the two. And you can start at any size all the way up here to almost 9 inches, I believe it is.
Yes.
So anyways, that's where we are with the rulers. You couldn't see them very good on this table on here because it's gray. But I want to talk to you a little bit about the difference between the quarter square, which is this, and then the half square triangles, which are these. When to use what? Because you know what? If I take this ruler here and I set this on top of this, my goodness, this is exactly the same angles, isn't it?
It is exactly the same angle.
But it
doesn't do the same job.
It doesn't, and the lines are oriented different. So for you to know is that when we deal with bias, like the bias on this one is here. You can see how stretchy it is. So on half square triangles, the outsides are what we're sewing next to our things. So these are not stretchy on the outside. So half square triangles, whatever is on the outside, you want that to be the most stable part. For quarter square triangles here, or this is the typical hourglass block right here, the bias side is in here and we have our straight of grain out on the outside. So when you're putting these together, they go together so much better because you don't have the bias on the outside, which stretches. Now there might be times, I will tell you, when you run out of fabric and you might have to scooch this rule just to make it work, but that is the difference between them and why you want to do them a little bit differently.
Plus you have two pieces.
Exactly.
But
I'm going to show you a place where we're going to do two and one, where we're going to use this one and these together. So I'm going to show you that in a little bit. So I'm going to go back up here to the main camera and I'm going to show you the quilt behind us. So this is a quilt that we're featuring tonight. Now you can see in here that we have the quarter, let's go to this one. We have the quarter square triangles here. This is the hourglass block. And then we simply put this together with a 9 patch. This is only 2 blocks in the entire quilt. Just the 2 blocks, and that's all there are.
So easy peasy.
It really is easy peasy, and it makes a much more difficult looking thing. So what I'm going to tell you about this, because we're using pre-cuts tonight, and I am kind of frugal sometimes, and so this is using a jelly roll and 2 yards of fabric. So we have the 1 yard of the light accent and 1 yard of the dark accent. And at the end of tonight, we're going to post a link that you're going to get this pattern for free.
What? A free pattern, Marcia?
Free pattern. There's going to be a downloadable link for you to get this pattern. So I did this with this jelly roll, and of course I am kind of frugal, so I had jelly rolls left over. So jelly roll strips. So what I did is when you go to prepare this quilt, I took this apart and I separated all of the red and greens, and then the lights I've set aside. So really I used all of the red and greens and some of the beiges in here, but I didn't use any of these light colors. So I had leftovers to do these 2 borders, and the middle border is with the darker jelly rolls. So this whole quilt is made out of a jelly roll and the 2 yards of fabric. So you make the whole thing, and we made it even yummier because we put a minky on the back with snowflakes on it. So this is the new Warm Winter Wishes from Holly Taylor. And now I'm going to give you just a little bit of a tutorial on how to make these. But first of all, I am going to show you how to make this block because I have an easier way to do it. Just a simple 9 patch. I know it's nothing, but I'm going to show you how to cut these easier, and I'm going back here to close up, and if you'll hand me that.
Yes.
So I'm going to take these off first. Oops. So these are just half jelly rolls that I have on here. And as you can see,
so they're about 20-ish, 21 inches long.
Right, and I think everybody can see. So what I did here is I lined these all up, and I kind of lined them up to the top of my ruler, of my mat. Normally I don't do this, but just to keep them all straight, and I just lay them on top of one another like this. Okay, so I have all of that, and then I'm going to use the Creative Grids. This is Gun Run's
Stripology
ruler. Now I will tell you that this is the old one. This is mine from home, but it's a little bit smaller and it fits here in this kind of cramped area a little better for me.
So smaller this way. The new one is a little bit taller to accommodate fat quarters better.
So what I want to show you here is that these are 2.5 inch strips, and we know we have to cut like 396, I think, different, I can't remember what it is, but it's a lot. But if you line these up like this, I have the salvage ends all over here, and I'm going to do it over here, all over here. And so I want to make sure that I cut those off completely. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my rotary cutter in here, and I'm just going to cut off all of those ends and get rid of this. And you're going to say, oh, well, big deal. What I love about this when you're cutting pre-cut strips is that this holds everything solid.
It does.
Nothing is shifting. And down here you can see the squares. Let's see, let me lift it up a little bit.
I think they can see it there.
The squares, this is every 2.5 inches. So I don't even have to think about it. And then they have little stars here that's 1.5 inches too. So all I have to do is look for the next square, and the next square, and the next square. Easy peasy, nothing to it. And I take this off, and look.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
Except I didn't push hard enough.
Well, it's a little far from you.
Well, and I was not, I normally would do this
standing,
not sitting down. So anyways, I just didn't push hard enough, but we have enough here to get the visual pretty much of an 8 patch.
A 9. Oh,
kind of sort of a 9 patch. But anyways, then you just go and sew those together like this. I just keep all of the crinkled cuts on the molded jelly rolls on one side, and then I just press them to one side, this side, and then this way, and away we go, and done. But these are perfect 2.5 inch squares, easily out of jelly rolls using that particular ruler. So I know that's not part of my demonstration, but I wanted to show you that. So then we're going to go next to this. So this is the Hourglass Block, and this is the one that's used in that quilt. And so once again, what we're going to do is cut these, and they go together like this in the quilt, like this. So these are, if you look on the back, these are 4.5 inch strips, and I have some 4.5 inch strips here. And what I'm going to show you is, is this the right one? No, it's not. It's this one. So here we have this strip. And how you cut these is simply, I usually cut 2 or 4 layers at a time, but you're going to lay your strip out here. Well, just do 1 at a time for this so you can see it a little bit better. And now, please know that I am just, this is not because we're just doing this, and I usually don't sit down to do these. But what you do here is you line up that 4.5 inch line on the bottom. The blunt end is at the top. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to cut here and here, like that. And then you're simply going to flip your ruler around and line it up again, now with the blunt tip up here and this way. So now we've got 2, and then I'll just move it down and I'll do the same thing. And you just keep going on and on. easy peasy, makes it really simple. So then when we have our other ones, these are really too big, I think, aren't they? This isn't the right size either, but we'll use these for an example.
Oh, are those your half squares maybe, Marcia?
These are my quarter squares that I did for,
got it.
I was just showing how to cut, but whatever it is, so you're going to, whatever it is you need, you will use this measurement here, the 4.5, so you're going to measure this way, not this way. When you're doing half square triangles, you're going to measure the up and down, but for quarter square triangles, we're going to measure inside here, just like that. And they always go together like this. So you could, and I've done this before by accident because you get to making these, but you have to remember we have a straight edge on the bottom and a tip on the top.
But you see, they have a cut-off nose.
Absolutely, so you know how they go together. Because if we put them this way, we don't have a cut-off nose, you see?
It's on the outsides.
Right, so you'll know, oh, no, my cut-off nose has to go in here. So this is the quick and easy way to do these. You simply take these to your sewing machine and you can chain piece these. Another good tip for you is when you're cutting your strips, if you will place your strips right sides together, these are ready to go to the sewing machine. You don't have to cut them, so cut 2 layers at a time. So let's pretend this is going to be a quarter square triangle here and here. Now let me use this one. So if you do like this, and I'm going to pretend that this is all square and everything, if you put these right sides together like this, and you just cut along down the bottom, just like we did before. Now this is a 2.5 inch strip. And then you're just going to take these to your sewing machine and they're all ready to go. And what I absolutely love about these rulers is that there's no trimming down. This is going to be the right size when you get it done.
Exactly.
Every time. If you have the right tools to do the right job, this is kind of a little miracle thing. This little angled tip on the bottom.
And that's one less dog ear to trim off.
One less dog ear to trim off. So then that is that quilt. And I'm going to go big here again. So like I said, it's just the two blocks, and these are so easy to put together. These are just random, these 9 patches, no big deal. You just do them in, actually how I actually did this, and it's in the pattern, is that I did big 9 patches. So these 3 here, well, let's go over here. I sewed them together in groups of 9 patches. So if you put your hand over here, Joy.
Got it.
So here we are, is a big 9 patch.
She made huge blocks.
And I sewed together 9 of these. And there's 2 different kinds. You do 4 of one kind and 5 of the other. It's all in the free downloadable pattern. And then you put them together in 9 patches. It's a lot easier than...
Holy cow, that's so much easier than I thought because it looks like it's sewn on
right.
point or on the angle, Marcia.
It's then you don't have to do all of these thin skinny rows. So you're going to do, it's all in the pattern.
That
so,
was
and
really
it's free
clever
for everybody
of you,
to know. Oh, whoa. I've been around a long time. All right, so if you want to grab the next one, the next quilt, this one is called...
Let me stand up and show it.
Yes, please. This one is called Pinwheel... Oh, Charming Pinwheel. So this is using a charm pack. So I'm going to show you, this now is half square triangles, and I'm going to show you, this took no time at all about using charm packs. So, and then we'll talk about the borders too. So using a charm pack, I use this lovely Cozy Up charm pack. We have a lot of these in the store, and I think Susie has a link for these. So this is using, you want to grab the quilt again?
Yes.
you're using, so there's 42 charms in here. So you're using kind of complementary colors in here when we put them together. Some of them have 2 charms of the same thing. And then I just picked a white over here. So what we're actually going to do is cut these in half, and I'm going to go over to the close-up camera again, and I'm going to show you. And what I did is when I took the charms apart, these are just some other charms that I have, is I just did about 6 at a time. Well, I've got like, because I'm going to take some from the bottom, because these, see, they're already all stacked up really nicely for you. So I kept them all stacked up like this, and then I just used the ruler, and these Creative Grid rulers have, or any rulers that you might have, also have a wonderful 45-degree line here. So if you just line that up on the bottom, and actually you can line it up over here too. There's one here, but we have to keep it at this end. So I keep it, if I line it up right at the bottom, it's going to go really perfectly. I'm going to push a little harder today. And there, we have these half square triangles, no waste, nothing else to go with it. Now what I am going to show you a couple of things here though is, I had some that were marked 5.5 and 4.5 here someplace, but maybe not. But what you'll see here is,
oh, those are probably the ones that had the pin in them, Marcia.
they are.
I think they
But
got
it's
caught
okay.
in my quilt.
So this, if we measure this with our half square triangle ruler, like this, this is 4 3/4 right here. Because of this tip, okay? So if I cut a 4 3/4, here's what I have. If I cut a 5-inch, because this is 5 inches here, we know this is 5 inches here, but if I cut this 5-inch right here, like I showed you with the strips, and then no, I didn't show this yet. I will show you this. But anyways, I'm going to tell you, if we cut it at the 5 inches, it's not exactly lining up. Do you see that? We have this white edge hanging over. So 4 3/4, because we have to account for this tip getting cut off. So now I have a 4 3/4 inch
Right here?
strip someplace.
Ooh.
I'll just use this one again.
Is that one 4 3/4?
No, this is a lot.
Let me measure.
This is a lot bigger.
Oh, yes, you're right.
It's okay. Well, let me just use this one again. Here, this one might be. This isn't 4 3/4, I don't think. But anyways, we'll go from this side. And of course, you'd want to trim that off. You'd want to trim off the selvage. But for this demonstration purposes, I am not going to. So what we have here, this one is for. This one's not quite long enough. This one's a little over 4 1/4. But I'm just, for demonstration purposes, I'm showing you how to cut these. And what you do is you cut like this. And then you're going to turn the ruler over. Oh, this one doesn't work that way, does it? Yes, it does this way. Okay. Okay, it's getting late for me. I know it's only 6 o'clock, but it's been a long day at work already. So anyways, then you cut it this way, and then you simply turn it again, and cut it this way, and again, turn it over, and you'd cut it this way again, but we don't have enough here on the end. So then these are absolutely perfectly cut half square triangles. And again, if you want to make it really quick for yourself and just go to the sewing machine, you're going to put your lights and darks together on a strip and cut them in pairs across to there. So anyways, here is this one that's 5 inches. So I cut one at 4 3/4. You can see I've written 4 3/4 on here. So when you're doing a charm pack, you need to cut these at your strips for your white, because we used the white. You want to grab it again? No, I can show on this. Because we use the white, all of the whites for all of the parts of the pinwheels here. So 4 3/4 when you're using a charm pack, you want to cut that 4 3/4 to make all of these wonderful blocks.
And those are just pairs of half square
These
triangles.
are just, you're going to sew them together in these. Yep, just pairs, sew them together, and then sew them together, and sew them together. And once again, you do not have to trim. You do not have to trim.
And they come out perfect every
time. They come out really well.
I love that. I hate spending that time trimming, Marcia.
I do too. So then for the last quilt, I'm going to go back up here to the big camera.
One. So what, should I show this one one last time? So this one was, what's the name of this pattern?
This one's Charming Pinmos.
And that's really charming.
It is really cute. It's very, 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 very cute. Let's do it this way. Okay, now I want you to take quick notice. Let's just go over here of the borders. Here at Pine Needles, we have a magic border solution as 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, and you can put these in any order you want on your quilts. But that's Joy's going to talk to you about that a little bit later.
How big is the pinwheel?
The pinwheel. Well, let's measure the one I have because that was one extra charm pack that I had. So each little pinwheel is. This is a terrible ruler, Susie. 4.5 inches. So 4.5 inches for each one of these.
It's a school ruler.
Oh, here we go. I have a ruler. Thank you, Susie.
I'll take mine back.
All right.
Thank you very much.
So yes, and I'll go close up here again so you can see. So each one of these is.
Start at the white end. There you go.
So we have, it would be 4.5 because we have the seam allowance right here on 4 1/4. So 4.5 inches, unfinished 4 inches, finished in your quilt for each one of these. So that'd be an 8-inch block.
It's an 8-inch block, yep.
So
okay, next quilt, Marcia. Let me pull this one up.
next quilt. I think I
And you know, these tools really make your job fast, accurate.
They do.
Am I good this way up?
You are good. Okay, so now this one, whoops, I'm going to go do main camera again. Okay, so now this one is called Whirligig. So we used a jelly roll, we used a charm pack. This time we used Sunday Stroll from
Moda.
It's Budding Camille. So, whoops. Thank you so much. I got too much on my mind here. So we used a layer cake. Now once again, you know, I told you I had to use the leftovers of this. So the layer cake, I used the layer cake, and then these are all 10-inch strips that I use. I did have to have some border for this and some border for this. Now here again we have 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 arranged in a little bit different, and we're going to have a free little dealy for that too. We'll talk about that a little later. But you can see the leftover of the charm packs I used for the inside border. Those were the 10-inch pieces, and I just sewed them together straight because I didn't think I'd have enough if I did all those angle cuts on the 10-inch pieces. But also if you turn this over, I had some leftover ones. The ones that I threw out because they were too light or too stripy or whatever. And then I just used those to put together on the back of this quilt. So let's go back to the front. It takes a little bit of white fabric and one of these to make this entire thing. And then if you want to look here, again, I used those leftover pieces off of these 10-inch 10 by 10s. So I pretty much used this whole thing, and I made this fun little picnic quilt or a child's quilt or whatever size. It's backing, binding, borders, everything. You just had to add a little bit of white fabric here.
So it's kind of like you cleaned your plate of scraps, didn't you,
I
Marcia?
did. This was kind of fun. I kind of like to be challenged like that, so it was really fun. I will tell you, I did have to add one 10-inch square right here that wasn't in the line because I was short one. But otherwise, I used all 42, and there was very little scraps left. So let me talk about this block and making this particular block, because this is using both the quarter square triangle and the half square triangle together. And easy peasy. So we're going to do the quarter squares just like we had before, sewing those together like this. And then this is a big old half square triangle. Now for this one, and we have kits for these, and the pattern will be included in the kit as well. So for these we used a 2.5-inch strip, and for this one we used a 4.5-inch strip to make these whirligig blocks. So we have 2 quarter square triangles here and 1 half square triangle here to make the whirligig blocks. So you're using the 2 of them in combination for a really, really fun quilt. You can make these in any sizes. This utilizes every single bit of a 10-inch square. So now that I've made a total mess of things here.
You have just creative ideas everywhere, Marcia, kind of like a sewing studio.
Yep, it is. It's a lot of fun.
Are we done with these?
We are done with those.
All right.
Susie has got in, and in our shopping page, you will see that there's kits for, there's kits for all 3 of these quilts.
Right.
Using the fabrics that we used, and it's enough for the borders. The whirligig will be enough for the binding. This one doesn't include the binding, but you're using all the strips. Those are 3 2.5-inch strips because that's what I had left over. But the other ones was the 3, 2, and 1. 1.5, 2.5, 3.5-inch borders, which finished to 1, 2, and 3.
But if you want to buy the backing for these things, they're on our yard.
Do you have time
Good.
to measure those 2 quick?
Sure.
Everyone's asking.
Let's
Can you
measure.
do it and then just bring them back to us? Bring the measurements back or post the measurements. We will measure these finished
And the
quilts for you.
download will be on the pattern. That one, right?
Right.
The download will be at the end of the night tonight. You can download this one tonight. Those 2 quilts will be in
the
kits,
kit.
actually in the kits. And then maybe why don't you tell them about our 3.5, 2.5, 1.5.
Okay, so here at Pine Needles, we're frequently asked, we love to take a panel, we like to measure it, cut it, and then if we just want to make something fun and changeable for the holiday, we have this recipe. It is the 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 measurement. It's easy to remember. We've written up a tip sheet because you've asked and we've listened, and this is written up for you. You can find this under our files section on our Pinecone Peeps page. You're going to want to, after this broadcast, go check that out. It's a private group that we have for our viewers to share their successes, ask their questions, but this is where this free download will be. Go ahead and ask to join. We'll put you in here, but
They can find it in the files.
they can find it in the files. If you are a visual learner, you're going to want to visit our YouTube channel. It's Pine Needles Quilt and Sew. Marcia has done a series of Monday morning quickies, and one of the Monday morning quickies is on panel tips and tricks. It's one of our most viewed YouTube videos, but it will tell you how to measure a panel, ideas for finishing it. But with this 1.5, 2.5, 3.5-inch border, the thing that we always like to tell you is that usually the 3.5-inch border goes on the outside, right, Marcia?
Right.
But you know, we like to live life on the edge. So sometimes the 1.5 is on the inside and sometimes it's in the middle. But the thing is, the process is always the same. You measure your length and you're going to cut enough strips to make that length on both sides for your first border. If you need to, you're going to sew them together, whether you put them end to end,
Right.
or if you want to make a nice
These are
mitered
angled.
corner.
Yep.
So Marcia's got angles here. You sew those 2 border strips to the side of your panel or your quilt, and then you repeat on the top and bottom. Those instructions are on this free download.
Absolutely. And then on this free download, once you download it, you will see we have added 2 more patterns for free patterns for a half square triangle table topper, and I think there's one for a quarter square triangle table runner. So we have actually lots of free patterns for you to go and find once you get this one too, because I think she linked them right below this
Right.
one. This is
And
brand new though, this one.
you're going to want to watch the Marcia and Joy show this Wednesday because we're going to preview a mystery sew along, and we do like to share our
We
ideas.
are, and we have friends far and near.
Right, so there you're going to find some more information. But this is a great reference. Be sure to download it, share it with your friends, and you'll have it there so you can finish any panel or quilt with ease.
Absolutely. And
Should I talk about
and our
these, Rose?
website page too, we've got a lot of panel quilts that you will see with using this technique. We've got kits
Right.
too. I want you to talk about these. That's why I put them in your little basket there.
Yes, okay, so
And this is really what I want you to cover.
Right, so all of the Creative Grids rulers have a QR code on them. You can take your device, like a phone or your tablet, you can scan it, and that will take you to the Creative Grids tutorial that is appropriate for the ruler. So if after tonight you want to wonder how to use these rulers, you can go right to the Creative Grids website with this QR code, or of course these videos will be on our YouTube channel.
And there's also visual. For visual people,
Yes.
there's great instructions in here too.
Right.
For these rulers. You know what? If I could have, okay, besides my straight and square rulers, if there was 2 rulers I could pick in the world, it would be these 2.
It would have to be those 2 because they
Absolutely.
make almost all shapes that you need in our quilting world,
They
right?
do. There's tons of things that you can do with them.
So I guess talk about the rest of this basket? No, or not yet. Not yet. Just the sheets.
Yes. Let's go on to let's go on to some of the box kits that we have for sale in the store. We've been having a lot of fun with some new box kits. If you want to hand me the kit, this is one that Joy made, and it is really quite cute. I mean, very cute.
It's a blast from the past.
Yep, it's called
Retro
Kitty Corn.
is in.
So it's Halloween-ish.
I hope I have the cat up right.
With a whoops, this way.
I was gonna say you didn't
Oh,
see.
I'm sorry. No, your cat is.
Oh, he's sideways. I was gonna say the quilt didn't see my right orientation to me.
Yep. So this is a bunch of 9 patches too, isn't it? With just some solid blocks in between. So this quilt kit, it comes to you all in this beautiful box like this, and then it comes with one of these
I can
panels.
hold this up.
It comes with one of these panels too, and there's some other things that you can do with this panel as well. Now this panel is a little bit of canvas, and she just went on and applicated over the top after she did the bottom quilt. So lots of fun on that kit. We have lots of those, and those are in the store, just like I showed you at the beginning, how you can get one
You
if you
should
would
tell
like.
them how big that quilt is before you toss it on the floor.
It is.
Well, it's okay.
It doesn't say.
It's
Size, 57 by 64.
57 by 64.
And you can also buy the panel just separately too, the kitty
And
panel.
that's super fun just to put a backing on and to quilt
It
it, and
is.
it's
It
ready
absolutely
to go.
is because it's got these stars on the back. You could just plain.
And this one is
Quilt this.
54 by 90. It's a big panel.
It is, and a little heavier fabrics, right?
Right. And then the next box kit we have.
We don't have these fabrics yet, but we are so excited for them. They're coming soon. These are called Cozy Up from Moda, and we've got
Corey Yoder is
Corey
our
Yoder.
designer.
We've got charm packs that I showed you that I made the quilt out of. We have jelly rolls, and we have fat quarter bundles,
Now let
and
me-
we have this kit. It is so cute. And Alyssa, Joy's daughter, just got done making this. So we're
It's
gonna
hot off the sewing machine.
send it off to the quilter. We don't have quite
Let's-
enough room in here
should
to
we
give it.
fold it
Let's do
down
it this way. And look at the trucks on the bottom. Oh,
and the
so
pumpkins and the little leaves.
cute. Everything. This is just a gorgeous quilt kit. It's called Cozy Up.
And although it has a lot of pieces, once you have it cut out, it goes pretty fast.
72 by 80.
I
On this
know.
one.
That's fun.
All
So
right.
they can buy the pre-cuts.
They can buy the pre-cuts. We have those as well.
Do you want to talk about
Let's talk about some Halloween things.
pillowcases first?
Yeah. These we were talking about earlier, that these are great for trick-or-treaters or sometimes for grandkids, whatever. Sometimes not candy night. I know you're not going to get away with not giving them candy. But we've got a couple of really fun, and these don't really go together, but they kind of do go together. So this is from the New Hootenanny Fabrics,
Right.
and this is from a Riley Blake Halloween fabric. So
And they all include our basic pillowcase recipe.
hot dog recipe, whatever, or
Right.
recipe.
It is a recipe for a hot dog. I know. Pattern, but it's 15 minutes of sewing. Or if you're Marcia,
It's a
7.5.
pattern. Yeah, that's right. These
I
are really
know it's a
easy and quick
pattern.
and fun to make. And then we have a new one that's really,
Oh my goodness,
really
Marcia.
quite fun. And this is kind of cut for you. This is called Eat Me. It's new from Prairie Grass. And I'm going to show you this little ruler. It comes with this little template. And it has, I'm going to put it on close here really quick. Hopefully you can see that. You see, it says eat me. And see these lines? These go exactly where you need to cut these. So this again is cutting 1.5, what's in there?
2.5.
2.5 inch strips.
Yeah.
So we've pre-cut some of the
Big,
strips
big.
for you in big, big, big. We've given you everything you need, the border, the pre-cut 2.5 inch strips, and the instructions are in here, and then you get this lovely little eat me template as well.
So you just need a half yard of your favorite double-sided fusible to put those candy corns
Absolutely,
on.
unless they want to do needle turn.
Right.
There's 2 kinds of directions in here.
If you're a needle turtle, let us know in the comments.
Absolutely.
Wow. Our hats off to you.
Absolutely. All right, and we have one more fun. Oh, we didn't talk about the stripology ruler.
Well, you did. You showed it.
I did. So we have those available. And then we have one more box kit. Actually, we have 2, don't we?
We do.
This is the new
I'll
one.
hold it.
This is the companion to this. So why don't we just stand up back here and go behind. Maybe if we go behind the chairs or over the top of them.
Okay. We have to agree which way we're going, Marcia.
Do we?
Yeah. Oh, and then
Upside
we have
down.
to. You know, it's kind of like making your bed at home, right?
All right, so here we are. So isn't this cute? This is the Holly Taylor winter line, and it has some
Inspirational phrases
Absolutely.
like hope, peace, believe,
Yep.
joy.
so beautiful, and we have the kit for it.
And this quilt is 62 by 74. Everything you need to make the top is in this box. It has outstanding instructions.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
It is.
And you know what? One last one. We do have the quilt here. This is really a big quilt. We're not gonna
So this is Songbook.
pull this one all the way. Just use the picture on the box.
Right, so
a
Songbook
big
called
one.
Fancy That. Let me bring it a little, whoops.
Okay, yep.
Let's bring it a little closer here to your
Are we in?
camera. Oh, I think you're in far away.
Okay,
If you're in close up, then we,
this way.
okay.
The camera's up there. So anyways, you can tell about this one.
So this quilt has inspirational panels, and it's made in big blocks too, Marcia. It's little sections. This one makes a 73 by 88 inch quilt. It's quick and easy. The blocks are comprised of some little star shapes and some small and big panels, and it's just kind of fun.
Some fun, kind of a little more on the religious side of sayings and
Right, like
Beautiful
Amazing
inspiration.
Grace,
Yep.
tune, heart, tune. Can't read that.
really pretty. Okay, and then
Last but not least,
last but not least, we're gonna pull this quilt down and show you a new
now
quilt.
gently, is our middle quilt.
There we
Oh,
go.
we did it.
We did. We just put this down here. So this is a new quilt, and you can't. Let me do close up so you can kind of see all the way up. See the log cabins up there, and it's that way all the way down. This is quite a large quilt.
And this one is 84 by 98, Marcia. So this will go on a queen size bed very nicely. It's called Simply Fun, and it's made with our spring chicken line.
Spring chicken line, and it's
By Sweetwater.
absolutely beautiful. And this is made by Glad Creations, and that's a Minnesota company here, a Minnesota pattern company,
Right.
Glad Creations. Beautiful, not hard to do, lots of pieces, but really, really fun.
But gosh, look at, there's those 9 patches again. And I think I see some of those.
Yep,
well,
yep,
they're
yeah,
not
these
really
are a little bit
true.
different. Yeah, but here's half square triangles, see, and they're on
Right.
the outside. So, anyways, lots of fun for that. So I think
Right.
that's all the box kits that we have, or the kits for now. And you have a little fun basket. But you know what I want to do first? I want to get us on the road to getting that $50 winner.
Okay, shall we do that?
So yes, so Susie is gonna put the names into the raffle copter, and
So make sure you like, comment, and share.
she's going to draw a name soon, and she will tell us who the name is, and you have to respond, and she's over in the other room there, and she will, if you respond within so many minutes, then you are the winner of the $50 prize. If you're not online, you know, like if you were here earlier and you did make a comment, then we know that you're here and that you commented. So if you haven't commented, you want to do that now, we'll give you a couple minutes, and then you're in for the drawing.
You are, and remember our shopping, you can access it through our website, pnqs.net. Direct links have been posted throughout this broadcast, and this will be on our YouTube channel later.
Absolutely. So we'll Susie, give them a couple minutes to get commenting so that you can put them in Rafflecopter, and we'll see who our $50 winner is.
Should we talk about the goodies, or do we get the code up yet?
Let's talk about what's happening for the 50. I'm going to put that up too. Let's talk a little bit about...
a little bit closer.
Okay, she did draw, and her name is Nancy Burbacher.
Mm-hmm.
Nancy, Burbacher.
So
if that's you, well, she's got a comment to make sure she's here.
Right.
So comment and say, I am here in capital letters, and Susie will check through that to make sure that you're here to win. You win the $50. If she dropped offline,
then we'll pick another.
Then we'll pick someone else. But we hope that, Nancy, you're still live with us.
Right.
But I'm going to put also, for this shop hop, we have a secret word at every shop. And they're going to make a secret sentence. And once Mary is there.
No, not Mary, Nancy.
Or Nancy. Nancy, yay, yay, yay.
Congratulations,
hooray.
Nancy.
She wins.
So does she
$50.
need to Facebook message us?
She'll
so we
need
can
to
get
message
this?
us, and so that we will get your gift certificate to you. So
Okay.
now to win $500. Who would love to win $500?
Me, but I'm not qualified.
So $50 from each of the 10 shops. At the end, there will be one lucky winner. And you're going to look for the secret words at each store. And the secret words is going to make a secret sentence. So you have to kind of solve the puzzle, figure out what the sentence is, and there will be more towards the end of, once you figure out what the sentence is, how you can win the $500. But what I'm going to do now is put up our secret word, and it's going to scroll across the top, but also here it is. Our secret word is stitch-a-lot. I don't know that that's really a word, but it is a word for this shop hop. So the secret word for Pine Needles Quilt and Sew is stitch-a-lot. So you're going to want to write that down, and as you watch the rest of the videos,
Because we all like to stitch a lot.
Because there's going to be 10 words, and then we'll make a sentence, and as you keep going on, it'll make more sense to you.
Right.
So stitch-a-lot, and I'm going to leave that scrolling across the top so you know what our secret word is. And then also, Susie, if you will, have you posted the link? Susie will post the link in the comments to the free pattern, and it will also be on that shopping page as well. So you can go to the shopping page tomorrow or whenever.
And that's for the Warm Winter Wishes kit quilt that was behind us.
It is for the pattern for the Warm Winter Wishes quilt.
And if you'd like the kit, $49 is all you need to spend to get free shipping to your home.
Absolutely. So now we've got a few little tchotchkes at the end. Where we're going to talk about some fun little things in these last few minutes that just came in the store, and we absolutely love these.
Bags.
Bags.
And they crinkle. But this one says quilter, and it's gorgeous antique cream with all sorts of fun little.
They've got golden.
knickknackies.
They've got kind of some metallic accents. They're kind of a faux leather. They're really quite soft, and they're really quite nice.
Beautiful satin
They've got
inside.
a beautiful shiny zipper with a kind of a high-end little zipper pull here too. So this one says you can never have too much fabric. And then this one is just words, and it's inspire, create, sew, quilt, fun with some fun little spools of thread, scissors, and things like that.
This one says quilter, and this one says she believed she could, so she did.
Yep. So these have been very popular.
These are only
really fun.
$9.99. Buy one, buy four, buy some of each.
Buy some for Christmas gifts, stocking stuffers, whatever.
Okay, this one I love, Marcia. This is a little mini cutting mat. It's only $10.99, and it's two-sided. Look at these sweet little colors. And it's just the perfect little mat to have beside your sewing space.
By your sewing machine. It's Vintage Strawberry Mini Cutting Mat. This is by Fig Tree and Company, so it's kind of their signature apricot-y on one side and their lime green on the other. This is a really good quality as well. $10.99.
And I know probably none of you make mistakes, but if you do, we have a seam fix seam ripper. And what is great about this is it has a really nice sharp point. But after you've done the ripping, there is an end to help you remove all those little thread frizzles that are left behind.
It's a thread eraser.
It is
It
a
really
thread
is.
eraser.
It does kind of move those
And
aside.
it's so nice and small, so it fits in lots of places.
One is never enough because I
No.
can't always find them.
I have several.
Me too.
So the next one is the thread cutting gizmo. We call it the shrumper because as you chain piece and you create a long chain, because you're going to do that with this quilt behind us, there is a cutting blade in here so you can go shlump, shlump, shlump between each of your patches that you've put together to quickly separate those sections with the thread cutter.
This is really a time saver. When I first saw it, it wasn't this one, but it was a different one. It was a seam ripper on a little weighted base. And I thought, oh yeah, right, until I used it. This really is. And this has got kind of a...
It's got a grippy bottom.
Yep, so very nice.
And it would save you because Marcia's got one of these in a candle because she didn't bring her thread cutter apart or to the cabin once.
That's how desperate I was because I was
And
doing...
that's why you need more than one seam ripper because you may forget your cutting gizmo, which does a better job. But if you're in a pinch, a candle and a seam ripper will do the job.
Right, I stuck it in the candle and away it went.
Okay, last but not least, one of my favorite tools is the seeing eye dot. This goes right on your ruler. You can use any ruler. But when this is put on your cross section of your ruler, it helps magnify that area so you can see exactly your measurements. You can put this on any ruler. It works a little better
And especially on some of these ones that are more...
that have more
and it
markings.
sticks on there that have more lines, so you know, because my eyes are not always good, and just magnifies
I didn't push it on there very
exactly where you need to be. This is a really wonderful little tiny thing. It's in a jewelry box.
It
Jewel
is.
for
It's
you.
called the magnifying lens, and this is only $9.99 as well. And I like to have more than one of these as well, Marcia.
Absolutely.
So that's our basket of tools that we really love here at Pine Needles Quilt and Sew.
Absolutely. So anyway, Susie, are there any questions? We have our winner, Nancy. Congratulations. Tomorrow night you're going to stay in Minnesota, but you're going to go, we are really on the southern end of Minnesota, and you're going to go way up north to Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, to my friend Joy at...
Not this Joy, but a different Joy.
No, a different Joy at Red Pine Quilt Shop, and you're going to have a good time there again tomorrow night, and then she'll tell you where it will be the next night. And for my own peeps here, every day I'm going to be posting the link to the shop of the night. So sometime during the day on our Facebook page, I'll have the live link, so you'll have it there so you'll know where to go for the next shop on our wonderful sewing school.
So remember to join our Facebook group, the Pine Cone
Pine
Peeps,
Cone
so you can
Peeps.
get the border tips and tricks.
Susie has them linked in the comments, I believe, but you can also find it just by looking on Facebook for the Pinecone Peeps as to join, and you'll have this free pattern. The free downloadable pattern, you can just get, Susie has the link, or it is also on our shopping page. And again, our shopping page will be open for probably a week, so you can just go there and shop leisurely as you wish. $49 free shipping if you spend $49 or more. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. It has been a blast.
It has been a blast.
I hope you learned a couple of things at school. So you're now officially in recess for the evening.
Woo.
And until tomorrow night at 6 o'clock when school starts again at Red Pine Quilt Shop. So again, this is Marcia and Joy here at Pine Needles Quilt and Sew in Rochester, Minnesota. Thanks so much for joining us, and until next time, we will keep you in stitches. Good night, everyone.
Bye.